Hey Pathfinders, it's Byron Jamal, your Pathfinder guide and love coach. And normally I'm pretty private, but today I wanted to share this personal moment for anybody out there who's really wanting to dream big. I have wrestled with putting this book back out. It's been almost a decade. I was in my early 20s when I wrote my first novel, Unlovable. And I thought I really knew what love was. In fact, I felt unlovable. It was after a suicide attempt. It was after not really loving myself, loving my path, loving where I was in life, feeling rejected and disassociated from people and from really society. Almost a decade later, and I didn't realize how much I needed to live through to really understand the value of this book. So I updated it a bit. For those who bought it the first time, I'll give it to you for free. But this moment is personal for me because this is a culmination of time, tears, and a lot of travail. I don't know if y'all know about that. I don't know if you've been through some things where people don't even understand that you would be the type of person to go through that. But I've been through some stuff in this last season that people would scratch their head about. You? You went through that? Yeah, I did. And it made me feel unlovable all over again. But today I feel so much love from the universe, from God, from the Creator, because I have a product. So I'm gonna open it, I'm gonna share it with you. I think my partner brought it in and he opened it. I think he already opened it because it's definitely unraveled here, but let's share it together. You share it with me, let's go. Let's see what it looks like. Ah, man. Oh my God. This feels, feels a little like heaven. It feels a little like heaven. Unlovable, finding love in the midst of the unlovable, even if the unlovable is yourself. How to find love even when you don't feel like you really love yourself. I want to thank J.L. King for giving me such a raving review, New York Times bestseller. And I want to thank my parents for loving me. They adopted me when I was a kid. And they showed me the first version of love being so unconditional and what love could do to somebody who they didn't even know. They didn't even birth. And I want to thank every friend that stuck with me, every mentor that believed in me, and every associate online, on social media that keeps endorsing me and keeps liking my stuff. Thank you all. When I wrote this book about a pastor, a stripper, and an athlete that all had different issues that made them feel unlovable and how they found love in themselves and with each other, I didn't know that so many people would connect with it. I didn't know that so many people would feel the unlovableness in themselves and relate to these characters in such a real way. A pastor that's dealing with alcoholism and abuse from his father, and a stripper who contracts HIV, and an athlete who's wrestling with his sexuality. I can't say I've dealt with all of them. I've never been a stripper, but I've definitely done some things that made me feel unlovable. And as somebody who has been through things and has felt like giving up a few times in life, I want to speak to every person out there who's thought about letting go and giving up. Whether it was giving up on your life, giving up on your dreams, giving up on your relationship, I want to tell you, there's hope. And you can find that hope in love. I just recently realized that I'm not a relationship coach, although I could help people with their relationships, but I'm a love coach. I help people to love themselves beyond what they believe about themselves. And I think that if you're a relationship coach but don't coach love, then you are actually dooming people in their relationships. You can connect great people, but if these people don't love themselves, it's destined to fail. So I'm learning how to show people how to love themselves in a real and significant way. If you want to find out more about my book, you can go to byronjamal.com or find me on social media at Byron Jamal. And I'm willing to connect with you. I want to hear your stories. I want you to get this book, pre-order it. If you order it now, I will discount the price. I will make sure you get a copy in your hands. if you got a story or you're going through something, I'll just gift it to you. Because I believe that this right here, this isn't supposed to make me rich. This is supposed to change lives. It's a part of my ministry, it's a part of my purpose on this earth. And I believe that we all have that unique calling on our lives, our call path. And I believe that you have a call path as a Pathfinder to find what is important to you, but you will never find it if you don't learn to love your goddamn self. It's important. I want you to have it. So do whatever you got to do. Reach out to me and say, Byron, I need it. I don't have but $5. I got you. Because this is what's necessary right now. And for all of my LGBTQ people out there, I want you to know, love yourself. Stop killing yourself. Stop giving up on God. Love yourself. God is love. And if you can love yourself, you've already found God. Because God made you in God's image and likeness. I know I'm preaching right now, but baby, I just thought I would throw that in there at the end of this video for somebody who needed that. That God is love. And if you find love in yourself, you are as close to God as anybody has gotten to God, except those who have seen him face to face in the afterlife. Hear me. Loving yourself is loving God, because God is love. And with that, I'm Byron Jamal, your love coach, your Pathfinder guide, with Unlovable in my hand, but lovable in my heart. I want that same love for you. There's love and power. Let's empower your lives now.